Icon Tide. It's part of the whole Tide collection. And Tide already today, after just 6 months of launch, it will be doing maybe 20% of the volume this year. So it's very successful.
Okay.
And Icon itself already is a very strong collection for us because it's 75% of our sales. So that was the idea behind this this whole collection. As you know, when we did Icon, we had we were focusing on millennials, and our idea was how do we speak to the new generation,
Yes.
and it's Generation Z.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of contacts with these people starting already in 2019, 2020. And what came up is they care a lot about sustainability.
Mm.
So I had chats with customers. Of course, one is all the elements about animal straps,
Yeah.
animal ladders.
Mm-hmm.
And the one point was also about, they were asking, what about packaging? What about your watches? What about the sourcing?
Yeah.
And this is when we started thinking, okay, maybe we need to do something more than just packaging. And how about we do a complete watch out of recycled material? And this is how we came to find a partner. It's Tide Ocean.
Yeah.
It's a kind of foundation. And what they do, they recycle plastic bottles in the southeast of Asia.
Yeah.
And they have a process that you can make shreds, and you have afterwards a very pure and washed PET, in which we add fiberglass.
Yeah.
And this is how we produce Icon Tide. So you can imagine, because one watch with the packaging, it's 17 PET bottles.
Yes, it is.
So if we would go with them and clean the ocean, we would spend a lot of time. But
So-
we have a program with them.
Yeah.
So we have two things. One is the commitment we have for each produced watch.
Mhm.
We give 25% of the production cost back to Tide
Uh-huh.
in this foundation.
Yes.
And on top of that, we have engaged ourselves. It's called the Road to 10 Million Bottles. It's kind of a sponsorship we do, and out of this sponsorship, it's the value of recycling 10 million bottles or taking them out of the oceans. And with this money, what they do, they build warehouses
Yeah.
to stock the bottles.
Uh-huh.
We buy boats, so that they can bring from all the islands, bring it together.
Yeah.
And also education program.
Okay.
Because the problem is in those countries, I mean, we're in Europe, we're very well educated.
Yeah.
We know that we have to put the PET here, the aluminum there, and
Yeah.
over there it's not the case.
No.
So it's a lot about education, that they also learn, don't throw plastic away, but plastic has a value.
So the young people you are
Yes,
teaching?
yes,
Okay,
schools.
so school. That's
yeah,
cool.
that's cool.
Okay.
And what is also interesting, for getting the plastic bottles or the plastic out of the ocean, the thing is, fishermen have less and less fish to take out of the ocean because of this plastic pollution. So what we do is we pay, because when they go out and they throw out the net, a lot of plastic comes back,
Yes,
obviously. So what we do is we pay them the price of a fish for the plastic. So we re-inject, actually, Tide Ocean re-injects money in the circuit that people can live, that people can,
Okay.
and it goes down to the education, because it's quite poor.
Yeah.
And if a kid, for example, is revenue because he can help fishing.
Yeah.
So by doing this, they also send their kids to school and don't take them to work.
Interesting. And then here you have a special edition.
So
together
this is,
with
yes.
the artist.
Yes, so here we did a special edition with Benzilla. Benzilla is a friend of the brand, as we call them,
Yeah.
from Thailand.
Yeah.
Because our ambassador program or friend of the brand program, we don't work with ultra celebrities that have a lot of success and have been, they're top. We like to work with young artists that we help on the journey to success.
Mm.
That's what we do, and also more authentic. So Benzilla is one of them. He's got quite a good name in Thailand, but
Yeah.
internationally he's not a big artist yet, but he's on the way.
Okay.
And he has designed everything. So he has decided the colors of the case and the strap, and he has this kind of alien with 3 eyes. He calls it Look, and and this alien always has a second look on the world, and it's very poetic.
Okay. And then when we talk about this watches, these are very, very nice. Tell me about the straps.
So the straps, it's nylon and leather.
Yeah.
So this is on the new Pontos S collection, Pontos S chronograph here.
Yeah.
And we have in our range the Pontos chronographs, but here we see opportunities in the market to make it a bit more sporty, because you have Pontos is a elegant, sophisticated collection versus Icon.
Yeah.
So Icon people will go for products where, you know, more sporty, more character. If you want something a bit more discreet, a bit more elegant, you go to Pontos. And we thought bring some sporty notes. So you see a bit of inspiration from kind of vintage motor racing with the colors. We have a blue and a kind of a silver. Panda, because it's a 3-counter version, but in terms of design, we pushed forward the bicompax effects. And you also see some red numbers.
Yes, I saw that.
And it's exactly this idea, kind of the sportiness. And of course, the big change versus the chronograph is here the ceramic bezel, where we put a tachymeter.
Okay.
And of course, the strap, because the strap also underlines the sportivity.
And then you have a very beautiful watch on your wrist.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's a Pontos Day-Date.
Yeah.
And it's what we've done is it's a DLC treatment, black.
Yeah.
And you have a beautiful sunray khaki dial with an assorted nylon strap. Here the inspiration is a bit more urban and lifestyle. Well, we're now working on continuing the Icon story.
Yeah.
So it's continuing building and consolidating this. And what we have is also in terms of Tide, we have a huge, a totally new area of expression. And it also on the supports, and it's a nice way to bring in fresh new customers to the brand. But also Pontos is something we continue building on. So, you know, you will see the future Icon, Pontos, Tide projects.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was fantastic.